Hello everyone, it's Ravenhawk6910 reporting once again, and you may notice we're in a different location. We're not in the train room and we're not at the house in Gainesville. We are at, formerly was my grandpa's house. And I have officially moved into this house permanently. So I have left Gainesville behind completely, and I'm starting a new life here in Rocky Face. And yes, for those of you guys who watch my videos, that does mean sadly that my layout is going to have to be taken down at some point. However, in the room we are in right now is where I plan on building a new layout to replace it. But it's going to take time, and this one I'm going to have to completely build from scratch from the benchwork up, because unlike before, where I had the building with the benchwork already installed in it for a work table, there is no benchwork in here. This is just a regular old sunroom in here, and I'm gonna have to start from scratch. So, but it's for the best. Everything's gone so far smooth. Probably going to be some kinks later on, but I'm working out a lot of them as we speak. The house itself right now is livable, but there's still a lot of things that have to be done to get it up to my personal specs. But that's all going to take time. So while I'm here, I decided to go ahead and make a new blog video and show you guys some new items that's come in this month before I moved. And I did bring all of those with me so that I could show y'all in this new video. And I'm also going to go into some details on plans for this new layout that I'm starting. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I've got two items for my memorabilia collection, and the first one is right here in front of me. It is an Amtrak assistant conductor hat clip. These things go on Amtrak conductor hats or assistant conductor hats, and there's two pins right here in the back, and then there's a driver, I want to say that's like a nut driver, I guess, but I'm not sure. But either way, it clips into the top of the hat, and it's made out of brass, so it's nice and heavy, and it's really nice. It's got the pointless arrow logo on it, which is probably my favorite Amtrak logo of all time. And yeah, really nice piece, so I'm really glad I got this to put in my memorabilia collection. Now the second item that I got is right here, and this is a little bit more special. This is a Sherburne Company peanut whistle. Now, what a peanut whistle was a whistle that you connected to the airline of a train, and you push this button right here, and it would make a whistle sound, sort of like this. Something like that. Of course, that was a terrible impersonation, but you get the point. And these things were made to operate on the airline from the train, but they operated on very low pressure, so that way you wouldn't dump the air every time you blew the whistle. Now, this lever right here, this acted as an emergency brake release, so you would pull this down, and that would dump all the air out of the train line instantly. So again, another cool piece, and definitely a nice addition to my collection, because this is my first ever whistle or horn of any type. And I think it's kind of fitting that it's a little peanut whistle. You know, it's not big, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and they're fun. They're really fun. And I might find ways to use this in the future, but I'm not going to go into details on that yet. More in another video in the future, maybe. Shh. Now, before we close out the video, I'm going to show you guys a few new trains that have come in, so let's head over to another part of the room over here, and I'll show you what's come in. Okay guys, so set up over here on this small table where eventually there will be part of the layout area. I've just got this table set up here to kind of give me a general idea of what I want. I've gotten a few pieces of my equipment over here that I've brought over from the house, and a couple of them are new items, and the first one's right here. It is the Lionel CSX Heritage Family Lines Caboose. This was offered in, I think, 2010, I believe? Maybe 11, I'm not sure. And like my Pennsylvania Railroad Heritage Caboose, this was a fantasy line of heritage engines and rolling stock that Lionel put out. And they made a matching engine for this, but unlike the Norfolk Southern Heritage series where they used SD70 ACEs, this line used Lionel AC6000 CWs, which would be very much correct for CSX because they have a whole lot of AC6000s in their fleet. Now, I do want to stress that this is very much a fantasy paint scheme. However, if you like stuff like this, like me, you're going to love something like this. And the paint is extra shiny, a nice high gloss coat. There's a nice little, see if the camera will focus on it here, a nice Seaboard Coastline logo. And then the family lines, Herald in the center right here. That is really nice. And this section right here, this little yellow bit that's triangled into the side, that is for the CSX yellow nose. That is on the engine. So, a really, really nice car. Now, over here is my second piece that I got recently, and it is a locomotive. This is an MTH Rail King Amtrak F59PHI. It's got Protosound 3.0 and DCS, and it's a very neat looking locomotive. Again, it's a Rail King engine, so it's not the most detailed engine on the planet, but it runs like a clock. And although I wasn't able to get a video of it up on YouTube before I had to leave, I did get a few videos of it on my cell phone, and I will throw in a cell phone video of it right here, and you can check it out. Check this out. So as you can see, this is a really neat locomotive, and the sound is amazing on it. It's actually really cool that they got the horn 100% spot on this thing. And this engine is particularly cool to me because the number 452 F59PHI was the very first Pacific Surfliner engine that I ever photographed in person back in 2011 on a trip to San Diego, California. So it's very nice to have a model of something I've seen in my collection. So these small pieces of rolling stock, well, aside from my auto rack and my Zephyr observation car, was all I was able to bring with me this time. But don't worry, I will have all of my trains here before too long, and the whole family will be reunited once again. So, let's head back to the desk, and I'll talk to you guys about plans I have for the layout here. And so with that, guys, that really takes care of just about what I wanted to show you guys today. As for the blog series, I've taken on a new job where I'm going to be working a night shift, so I'm not going to have as much time for videos as I used to, so I do apologize, but once things start happening in here and the layout starts to come together, I will start working on blog videos as soon as I can to show you guys what is going on. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done in here in order to get this room ready to be ready for a train layout. For example, behind me, there's a piano here, which that most likely is going away because it's out of tune, it's in really bad shape, and it's probably going to go to the Salvation Army along with a whole bunch of other things in here. So, expect to see blog videos on YouTube when they're ready. I can't promise anything at this point, but I will get them online as soon as I A, get all my trains over here, and B, start working on the layout. Now, like I said, in due time, that will happen. Seriously though, I need to find some Surfliner cars for this thing, because this is cool. Also, rail fanning videos will slow down a little bit. I am going to Railfest at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum this weekend, so expect a video from that. So that will be posted probably middle of next week is when that will go online. And from there, I don't know. We'll see what happens in terms of what I'm doing, how my job affects things, and what have you. So be on the lookout for new content, and thank you guys for the continued support. This move was very much unexpected and came as a last-minute thing, but I think it's for the best, and in the end it will result in something very good for me in the future. So this is a new step forward in my life, and I'm going to be very excited to take you guys with me. So until next time, this is Ravenhawk 6910 signing off.